What is going on? I'm zmoT. Let's get down to business. That's right, it is time for the War Factory. It is right over here. Now, we've got all sorts of news here for you. I've got a fairly massive prize you're going to want to stick around to. We'll be announcing that later on in the video, so do stick around. I promise it's going to be worthwhile. This War Factory, holy shooting under smoke, Batman. We've got SIMOs every which where. Now, those are going to be a bit of a problem when hacking these rocket launchers, but I think we can avoid them. Not all that concerned about them. These boom mines will be slightly, ever so slightly in the way. Anyways, we're going to get down to business right here. I am going to mark these 4 shock launchers. That is going to be a bit of a strategic play. We're going to drop Everspark over here. Then we're going to throw a smoke right dead center on the grapplers. That way, if Everspark bounces around, it is not going to be the end of the world. Flaring that rocket launcher right there. Not sure if Everspark's going to avoid the shock mines. She did not. But hopefully our smoke is going to last long enough so that I can do a double hack right about now. It looks like it's not going to. Oh, it might have. It looks like I probably wasted a smoke there. It was going to be incredibly, incredibly close, but I just chickened out a little bit. So there goes hack number 1. Did not get the double hack out. Not the end of the world. Now, you'll notice that I'm trying to get a rocket launcher at the same time as a shock launcher. That is fully intentional, trying to avoid having to go all the way back because you're not going to be able to double hack by that shock blaster. So we got rid of 3 items, fairly decent. Next up, we're going to use our gunboat energy right here. I'm also going to get rid of these boom mines because they were a bit of a problem for me. So GBE on the machine guns, getting rid of boom mines. Overall, I would give that attack like a B-, but I kind of like it when I do bad attacks for you guys because it means that anyone out there can probably copy that attack. So here we go. Everspark, notice that she gets bounced around. She doesn't just get grabbed by one of the grabblers. So now we're going to move over to here. And if you're wondering why I'm moving over to there, A, SIMOs will be close to in range, and B, we just damaged that machine gun, so we don't want to be anywhere near those machine guns because it will screw up her double hack as per standard marking rules. Finally, we're going to come over, get rid of that last rocket launcher right there. You'll see we're a little bit short for an extra hack, but that's okay. So attack number 2 coming to a close. And if some of you are saying, why do you keep retreating without using any troops? It is 100% intentional. The reason behind that is anyone who's copying this who doesn't have instant training won't have to spend a bunch of diamonds. So I'm fairly okay with that. Next up, we've got 2 shock launchers we want to get rid of. Want to get rid of those machine guns. And once that's done, hopefully we'll have enough GBE to drop some troops. We will find out fairly quickly using the grapplers to their fullest. Now you'll see I'm going to move over to here one more time. That is because we do not want to be anywhere near the machine guns because otherwise Everspark's going to target them. So we're going to flare that back shock launcher. Should be able to double hack. We're just going to let Everspark die. The easiest of double hacks. Boom and boom. Down go the shock launchers. Hopefully. Yeah, okay. Hot pots melting all of their faces. Artillery's on those machine guns should get them fairly close to dead, and we'll still have enough gunboat energy for a shock or 2. Free GBE here, by the way, so if you're a little bit short on attacks 1 or 2, you can drop some troops over there. This is going to be a lot bit scary. We're going to drop all of our troops right here. The grappler is going to grab someone, hopefully going to grab someone. We'll find out in a second. And if it does manage, we don't have enough health, do we? Okay, there we go. Getting, burnt. Hot pot melting faces. Was really hoping my troops would have enough health that the hot pot would pop up from the grappler grabbing them, but that apparently is not going to be the case. So hot pots without a hero can be incredibly, incredibly scary devices. We are going to retreat the heck out of here in about 4 seconds. Actually, you know what? I've got just enough gunboat energy that I should be able to shock that hot pot. There we go. We've got the last hot pot to pop. I am going to flare it. We are going to get rid of it, and then I am going to retreat the heck out of dodge. So fairly average attack. That was not super duper great, but we got rid of the hot pots and the grappler. So one thing to be aware of is that those SIMOs behind the core are going to melt your troops. All of these SIMOs are going to melt your troops, so we need to be very, very cautious of where the heck we're going to attack the core from. Might even come up here, get rid of the shock blaster, come in here, then come back. I don't have a plan in case that wasn't super duper clear, but at this point we can send all of our troops way over to the right hand side and just farm gunboat energy all the way back to that shock blaster. So probably, and by the way, I can hear parents in my head telling me that I should have Critter Swarm enabled, but I feel like maybe, just maybe, Universal Remote's going to be somewhat helpful for me here. Those free critters from Everspark, regardless of which ability you use, are just super duper useful. Right about now, the fact that those critters are distracting and keeping our rifles alive, and if you're wondering why the heck I have rifles installed at the moment, it's because you get twice as many rifles as zookas, so you get twice as many faces to get shot. Moving forwards, bit by stinky little bit, moving away over to this side so that Everspark stays alive. Get those rifles, get those critters back out in front. Shock blaster, not quite shocked yet. We're going to wait a little bit, see if we can get a little bit closer, as Everspark is still helping us out a teeny tiny little bit. That was the spot right there that I probably should have used my Universal Remote, but brain not fully working quite yet this morning, not firing on all cylinders yet. I will admit it, I am fully and completely addicted to coffee. Coffee is my morning, and we're not quite there yet. Trying to get this video out as early and as soon as I possibly can. Now you might be thinking that there's a little spot down where that hot pot is that would be a better spot to hit the core from. We need to get rid of these SIMOs. SIMOs shoot so ridiculously fast that they will just melt all of your troops' faces. As, like, watch here, look how quickly those SIMOs are going through all of our troops, even without Everspark coming over here to help us out. So we just need to clear as many of these SIMOs as you can. Don't try to hit the core from down here. You will fail. There are just way too many SIMOs, and our zookas don't do enough damage. So that is my instruction to you for the day. I'm just going to keep cruising in here because this is going fairly darn well. Zookas clearing so many SIMOs that I just can't help but keep them moving forwards. We are getting a little bit too close to that hot pot on the bottom side, but still doing fairly well. Hoping to get rid of all of these SIMOs. Probably could have pulled away by now and finished the core off on our next attack, but this way we're going to be guaranteed to take it down on our next attack. Just need that final SIMO to get to the point where we can hit it with GBE and take it out. So going to have to spend a few more diamonds after this attack, but we are basically guaranteed to take it out at this point. So attack number 4, setting it up for an easy finish. I can't stress that enough. Do get that rockin' and rollin'. Do go get rid of those SIMOs. Otherwise, you're just going to get melted. Unless, of course, you have bombardiers or max level grenadiers, or decent level grenadiers even. Just using... Oh, that's all we're going to get, hey? Just using zookas below the core, not going to work it out for you. Speaking of not going to work it out for you, this is a little bit dangerous for sure. Going to try to get rid of this last SIMO, even though it's not going to be super close to the core. Just to be overly cautious, I'm going to get rid of that last SIMO. We're going to do the wide. I did not get rid of it. Holy crow, that takes a lot of gunboat energy. There we go, right there. So speaking of the prize giveaway that I alluded to earlier, it is worth about $110, plus I am going to ship it to your house. Plus, it is a not a boom beach, a Supercell collectible, which means that people are selling it on eBay. It comes in a fancy glass container, plexiglass, something like that. It is fairly awesome, fairly pretty. Do stick around. It's going to be easy to win as well. Anyways, all of the Supercell creators got one of them. I think most people wanted to keep it for themselves. I am not a collectible, not a display on shelf kind of guy, so I figured, you know what, you guys, if you are out there and you have a shelf with stuff you like to display for people who come over to your house, or at the back of your YouTube channel or whatever the heck it is, do stick around. You're going to like this prize. I guarantee it. So, see this? Core going down, zookas and rifles in a free snipe sort of area. I wouldn't have brought rifles for this, except for I didn't have enough diamonds for zookas. So down goes the War Factory, spending every single diamond on this account to get it done. Let's shock that hot pot. Those SIMOs back there, I can't tell you enough. They will just melt your troops. I initially thought I'd go from like right there where that back shock mine is, but the SIMOs would have just eaten my zookas for breakfast. Speaking of breakfast, I'm not a breakfast person. Down goes War Factory. 5 fairly simple attacks. Everspark needed to stay away from the SIMOs, needed to be careful where her double hacks were. Otherwise, fairly straightforward. I'm going to pause. I will come back with the contest details and another account. Okay, we are back. Let's just... First, we're going to pick some troops. I'm going to pick some troops here. What do we have for tribes? We've got heavy life leech. Don't care about heavies. Grenadier health. Let's boost that. I know that's a terrible idea. Just a reminder that the HQ25 update is coming. So spending loot on raw crystals right now, not a good idea. But do keep your operation reward around on Sunday night, because that will be incredibly, incredibly useful for you. Let's use all Grenadiers if I have one of those troop loadouts. I do not. Let's use Grenadiers. Grenadiers with a couple grapplers, not going to be a great idea, I have to tell you, but my theory on warships this season is that it's called strike because Grenadiers don't throw strikes, so maybe, just maybe, it's like they're a parody slash satire, whatever the heck that word is, trying to be funny about Grenadiers throwing strikes. You know what? Let's do this right now. Here comes the prize announcement. Can I get a drum roll, please? No, I can't. Check that out. It is the baby dragon from Clash Royale. Now, there is another baby dragon from Clash of Clans, I believe, but it has red wings, I think. Anyways, this is gorgeous. It's pretty. It will look awesome on your shelf, especially with the little glass thing. It's a collectible. It's one of X number of them. You will enjoy it. You do want this. If you just want to put this on eBay, please don't comment. All you need to do is let me know in the comments down below that you use code zmoT. All you have to do, go in here, throw code zmoT in your box. Do it in Brawl Stars as well. Do it in any Supercell game for that matter. You know what? Throw it. Let me know which games you use it in, and that can be an extra entry. Just because the... what's that called? Creator code thing has kind of died down a little bit. I don't like to spam you guys about it all that much. So, figured might as well just let you guys know that, hey, it's time to get down to getting that out. Have not been spamming you guys nearly enough about the creator code, so that is what we're going to do right about now. Just a reminder, throw it in there, doesn't cost you anything. Now, little bit of an obvious thing here, I can't actually see who's using my creator code where. So yes, you could trick me, and yes, you could lie, but I am confident that my subscribers and my viewers would not do those kind of trickeries. So please, be honest. That's all I can ask. So, anyways, Grenadiers have been kind of forgotten about since Bombardiers came out. Now, Bombardiers are getting another level with HQ25, which just means they're going to get all that more OP, which is slightly ridiculous. Well, why is Mr. Bullet walking that way? I flared to the right and he went to the left. Maybe it's because I often get my lefts and right mixed up. Don't really know what the theory with that was. Now you'll notice this is right here is exactly why Grenadiers are not as popular as Bombardiers. They don't outrange many things, which means that you're just going to get utterly and completely melted. But I do have instant training on this account, so not overly concerned. Now, this attack not going swimmingly, and most of that I'm going to blame it on Bullet. Bullet walked left when he was supposed to walk right, which really sucked. So Bombardiers very much going to be a better troop for this war factory. They're going to outrange those snipers. They're going to outrange the mortars. And they're not going to suck like these grenadiers do. But for clearing your map, grenadiers are still a great option. And I'm still going to keep moving on forwards with them because even though they are darn expensive and I'm wasting a whole bunch of gold that I'm probably going to need for HQ 25, it's okay. I'm not overly concerned because my map is just utterly and completely jam-packed with loot right now. I have so many whales on my map, and if you don't know what I mean by whales on my map, please let me know. I've got a video about that. Basically, if there's anything that isn't clear, let me know because I've got a video on that. Boom Beach has been around for so darn long that I can guarantee that I have a video about whatever you're going to ask about. Okay, window closed. Hopefully the water main digger dudes are not going to be frustratingly loud in the video. If they are, thank you for your patience. Moving on forwards with Bullet. We're going to get rid of all of these SIMOs right now because why the heck not? Probably should have popped up that hot pot as well because it's going to melt a bit of our faces off. Throwing Grens everywhere, just chucking every which way. See, remember I said the hot pot was going to be a problem? Melted. All of the faces have been all of the melted. Moving back into here. Gonna get some critters out and hope that maybe, just maybe, we can get all of these SIMOs gone on this attack. I really doubt it. I think we're just gonna keep missing. If you've been using Grenadiers at all this season, you know that this is a problem. This is a fairly significant issue with Grenadiers. They miss like absolute crazy. One more time. Come on. Look at that fancy border I got. Anyways. All of the troops dead, just trying to distract from the fact that my main account is not going well. Probably should have used Kavan and probably should have dropped all of our grenadiers about here because this is going to be far better because they're going to clear all of the stuff in behind some things. Bullet, by the way, that taunt doing literally nothing. The only thing that is in range of him are those supply chests, so that taunt saving him a little bit of health, but not pulling any defenses towards him. So, anyways, speaking of warships, like I said, Grenadiers doing fairly well this season. My alternate account does not have instant training, so I switched to Grens, and I've been winning a bunch. Just backfilled the crap out of the account, and people leaving up engine rooms and or not going terribly quickly. So, we're going to throw that in about there, shock that, and now Grenadiers, this is what I was trying to do all along, was come up the middle here, and I'm going to get that other hot pot to pop once all of this crap is out of the way, and then we should be good to go. G2, G, GT, G, let's get back in here. And now that that is done, we have 186 gunboat energy sitting here. So I'm going to throw this shock like that. Now we should be able to take out all the SIMOs. This was the whole point of this entire attack, was just to get our troops in a spot where we can get rid of those darn SIMOs in behind core without having to worry about it. You'll see they're still going to be very close to ranging some of our Grenadiers. Are they? I think I just lost at least one. Nonetheless, there's the first nonetheless. For those of you with the nonetheless counter, this is what I was hoping to show, that those SIMOs were going to absolutely eat our zookas if we went below the core, but Grenadiers with their awful aim are going to be able to take out every single SIMO around the core, and at this point I've basically done a save the core. So this is a ridiculous war factory on my part, especially with the max level troops. But the low level troops, I think that's going to be somewhat helpful for you, because I feel like some people are going to try and free snipe down here, and those SIMOs are just so unforgiving. SIMO number 1 gone. Actually, yes, that's like SIMO number 7 or so. And then I'm going to move over to here, because why the heck not? Might as well keep chucking towards all of that crap. Might as well throw some critters back here. I see people throwing critters in back corners on operation bases a ton. That might work on Foxtrot, but once you get up to even like Curtain Call, your critters are just going to sit there grinding away on that supply chest and get no free GBE for you. So once you start getting into dead end or deep cut or something, please don't do that. It's a huge mistake, a huge waste of gunboat energy, generally speaking. Now, Grenadiers. I feel like this is a complete and utter waste of time, kind of like those critters up there on Deep Cut. But we're going to get rid of this. I have instant training, so I'll come back with something ridiculous, and we'll finish this puppy off. Because, my goodness, this is slow. I'm going to retreat in about 8 seconds here. Once that final... Let's retreat right now. Don't want to subject you guys to having to watch ridiculous things as trucks dig and grind and smash in the background of my audio. A little bit dusty. I feel like I'm nasally, so if my voice sounds stupid, apologies for that, as more stupid than usual, I should say. We're going to get one of everything into the landing crafts, then we're just going to come in and burn this thing down. Now, I know we can't get one of everything. We can get one of most things. I'm going to put a mech in because mechs are absolutely and utterly stupid. I've seen a bunch of people using them on warships, and it's made me sad to know. And there we go. Let's burn this candle, get this down. We've still got 2 attacks left, so not a complete and utter waste. But anytime you throw the kitchen sink at War Factory, you know you've been a bit stupid. Now, I feel like I should have done a save the core. I think that it's a complete and utter missed opportunity not doing a save the core, but I've already chosen this. This is where I'm gonna go. Now, you'll notice the Grenadiers tend to miss long. They will shoot over the heads of warriors. So if you're doing warships right now and you have warriors and Grenadiers and no instant training, you can mix them together. It's a little bit of a crazy troop combo, but any kind of meat shield you can get for your Grenadiers is a good idea, whether it be heavies, zookas, rifles, or warriors. Once you get down to low numbers of troops, you can do silly combos like that and still pick up some chests and some wins. So, without further ado, bam, 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 that looked kind of cool with the wings coming out the side. That was well timed, I gotta say. Anyways, as always, don't yell into your microphone. More importantly, thank you for coming in. I'm zmoT. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you're doing on War Factory. If you went down below the core, got eaten by SIMOs. And most importantly at all, if you're using code zmoT in a Supercell game or multiple Supercell games, please do let me know, because I would love to give you this right here. Anyways, that is all for me. As always, I'm zmoT. Thanks for coming in. Peace!